Zip up. Welcome everyone to the Film Vault. That is Anderson. I'm Bryan Bishop. We're your hosts. Time to conclude the movies we've seen with the best ones we've seen, and we're ready to review Flickfest, if you will. And once again, if you're a new listener, welcome, enjoy. Please dabble, stretch out, make yourself at home. Enjoy.
If you are a new listener,
sink your teeth.
Guaranteed you're going to learn something or hear a new opinion about something on this here program. And you might even be entertained along the way. That's what I like to think this show is.
There is a risk of that.
It entertains you while you learn some stuff about movies or hear some opinions that you may not have heard of.
Speaking of opinions, you know, it's not uncommon for listeners. We've heard from plenty of listeners of this show said when I was a new listener, you know, I thought that Anderson knew everything about movies. And, Bryan was just the eye candy. Mm-hmm. Turns out, after listening for a long time, I was totally wrong. Anderson's just riding his coach. I mean, they didn't say that specifically.
Riding the coattails.
Yeah.
Is that what you said?
That's what I was alluding to.
Yeah.
But again, they didn't say that specifically. It was more of an inference. There's
this thing, speaking of learning things, there's this thing, it's a device used many times in movies and storytelling. It's called an unreliable narrator.
Oh, yeah.
And
I've heard of that.
You're getting a little flavor of that right now, a little taste of the unreliable narrator. I don't like the unreliable.
Of that in Glass Onion.
Have we done top 5 unreliable narrators? I think we might have.
We should. I don't think we have. You know why?
It seems vaguely familiar.
No, I think we decided it was too spoilery.
Yeah.
I mean, a great example of that would be... Here we go, spoiling. Jacob's Ladder is like one of the prime examples of that. And it bugs me. It bugs me.
Really?
Yeah, I'm like, oh, so everything I was watching was just total bullshit. I already knew it was bullshit because it's a movie, but now it's like bullshit on top of bullshit. You know what I mean? Like, I like my stuff to be factual.
Sure.
Like Babylon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like documenting history. A reminder to everyone who's listening that we'll have the lovely and talented Gina Grad on next week with her top 5 selection.
Yes. I'm excited. I've met her, right? I've done shows with her, right? I know Gina Grad.
Oh, you met her when you were on the Corolla show.
Yeah.
Promoting. I mean, I assume she was there.
I believe she was. Yeah.
It'd be crazy
Gina.
if she wasn't.
I think I met all the co-hosts. Strasser.
Yeah.
You got the new best friend over there.
Allison.
Allison.
She was on this podcast.
She was.
Yeah.
Strasser was on this podcast too, wasn't she?
She was. We did top 5 disturbing documentaries.
Oh, yeah. I listened to that one not too long ago.
Early days.
Why did I listen to that one? Not too long ago. I actually had to pull myself through and listen.
Days.
I think there was a
best
Film
of
classic
maybe?
or a best of or a Patreon bonus or something.
When we're re-airing shows from yesteryear, I go back and listen. And as I did with the John Cho one that we recently re-aired. And a lot of the time I'm cringing quite a bit as I explain to John Cho what the Asian Americans.
How'd you break it down for him?
I don't want to. I've already paid my penance. I've already
If you guys
apologized.
would like to hear how Anderson lectured John Cho on...
No, you don't get to hear it because I cut that part out. It's the first time I've ever cut anything out from this program.
Anderson described listening to him lecturing John Cho.
Last episode,
so you
I think.
track down our last episode.
That was a very merry Christmas.
What kind of punishment, torture is that? It's a very strange torture to be walking through the Christmas tree lot with Christmas music playing. It's raining on me. I'm in deep distress over my fallen pet, crying
dog.
while trying to pick a Christmas tree for my very sick family because they can't come with me because they're very sick.
That's the new Charlie Brown Christmas.
And I'm listening to myself from 8 years ago be a douche. It was brutal. I'm like, what have I done?
It wasn't even a douche. I don't know if there's another word for that.
Bombastic. That's what Babylon is. Bombastic.
It is.
Oh my God. It's fever pitch.
Fever dream.
Oh, so good. And it could have been unrelenting, I think. However,
it was.
It relented. It
at a certain point it did. The last act was a little relenting.
Oh, you want to hear my new needlessly elaborate
yes.
possible way to rate films?
Yes.
It's tough. There's no perfect way.
There is, but what's yours?
While watching one of these long obese movies, I came up with this. All right.
I saw an obese movie.
You're going to like this. Each act or each beginning, middle, and end.
I'm already out.
You rate them individually,
okay.
right? 1, 2, maybe if you want to do half stars, you can do that or do a 10-point system.
And then out of 30 is the final.
So you get 2. So a perfect movie would be 2, 2, and 2, right?
You're alienating our new listeners.
Why is that?
They don't want to do math.
They don't like this new?
They don't like math.
However, here's the convoluted part. You got to.
There's
nothing convoluted about rating something 2 for the middle.
Why does it only go up to 2?
Because you got 3 parts, right? So the beginning beginning, a lot of movies, like they start off strong. Give them 2 stars for that.
I would say most movies start.
But why is it only 2 stars? Why are you not giving the beginning 5 stars? What are we trying to
Because then you'd have a 15-point system, and who does that? I give it 13 out of 15 stars.
So
no one
does. So we're saying it's the 6-star system?
Right.
Okay. So I just need to know what the max was.
So it starts at -1. All right? Or you just -1 at the end. Now, here's the problem.
Go on.
Oh, okay.
Here's the problem. If it's a piece of trash movie and you give it 0 stars for the opening scene act, 0 for the...
it'll be a -1.
You could get a -1, which, I mean, maybe that's what some movies deserve. I have not seen a -1 movie in some time.
Yeah, -1 movie is you feel owed something by the creator.
Right.
You gotta get your pound of flesh.
Yeah, your money back or to...
Go up at his house.
Yeah.
But like Babylon, I gave it 2 stars for the open, 2 stars for the middle, and 1 star for the end.
That's fair. 5 out of 6.
Yeah. And then you -1.
Very fair.
4 out of 5.
Oh.
But it's actually 4.5. I'll give it 4.5. I think I give the middle one. Yeah, whatever.
Can I be honest?
You don't like it.
It needs a tweak.
It's once you explained it though, it's not bad.
Terrible, right? Yeah. I came up with some verbiage, but I can't remember what that was. But can do, can't do, shouldn't do, won't do, something along those lines, right?
Oh my God.
Should do, right? Really, the best rating system, I think, the way to do it is like 1 star is. No, okay. 5 stars is you should be telling everyone, like strangers on the street, you should see this movie. It'll change your life for the better. 4-star movie is like you should really, you tell loved ones that they should see it. 3-star movie is like if it's streaming, you should say, hey, you should probably watch this. It's worth your time. 2-star movie is if you're in the room and someone puts it on. You can leave the room, but don't tell them to turn it off. Sure. 1-star movie is if you're in the room and you see someone trying to do this, you say do not. I will not allow this to happen. That's a 1-star movie.
That's fair. I agree with that.
Okay, good. Then you minus the 1 star. Then you add 3 for the
there's
for the more timely.
There's post.
The -1 star, you just burn the house down.
That's right.
Bowling ball
the circuit breaker.
Yeah. All right, where do we go here?
Do we want fan fiction part 2?
Yeah, we have another one. How about that? These are the movies that our people have seen, and they're letting us know what they thought.
The bitch Merns, he's pulling double duty. 2 shifts this episode.
Thank you, Mitch, very much for that.
Look at you.
Put in the hard work.
Oh, I'm sorry, Dan. I see I have a bag on the counter. Let me go fix that.
Yep. Anderson's going to like this. Kurt Grazer on Facebook. Babylon. Giselle went for some cheap, gross-out laughs early on. They didn't work for me and set a bad tone for the rest of the movie. There's some really good stuff in there, but it needs an editor.
Feels like we were online. Who's this?
Babylon Film Vault
Dan?
Tomato Score.
Who said that?
Kurt Grazer.
Kurt, you and I are.
I mean, I didn't need the elephant poop. I didn't need that. But
you
I mean, it didn't ruin. I didn't praise the elephant.
You said you loved it.
Do we want to guess the Babylon FVT score?
Yeah.
It's got to be 60%.
You're guessing 60. What do you think?
75.
Babylon FVT score is 47.
Ooh.
I love this movie.
You're allowed.
Yeah.
Go
you know
I'll allow it.
You know what concerns me though is like the other movies that I love. People like who really disagree with me on this one will be like, oh well, maybe.
But you like Babylon.
If you like Babylon, then I'm never checking out Dinner in America. And hey, 2 very different movies, all right?
It's pretty similar actually.
Dinner in America, everyone should watch it immediately
That's
now.
On your 5-star, you must go into strangers and tell them.
Oh, I mean that doesn't really work there because many people won't like Dinner in America nearly as much as me. So Dinner in America is kind of an outlier, okay? Movie made for me. All right.
Yeah.
Go Brox on Reddit. Bones and all. My favorite Luca film, though I didn't totally like this one either. Russell was solid, but Chalamet seemed a little miscast.
Really?
That said, the ancillary characters were really strong. Andre Holland was great as always. Michael Stuhlbarg and David Gordon Green were fun, and Mark Rylance was by far the best part of the movie. And Mitch says, I disagree with both these statements for the following guy, but I'm hoping it will enrage Anderson.
Oh, for what's coming up?
Yes, what's coming.
Oh.
No. Steve Dirk X. I walked out of Tar, too self-consciously artsy. The Whale tore me up. Entire cast was great, not just Brendan F. Hashtag Tar, hashtag The Whale. And from Mitch, finally, The Boy, the Mole, the Fox, and the Horse is a 34-minute short on Apple TV Plus that will make Atticus wonder why Daddy is crying.
It's called what? We need to start doing some more shorts this year.
The
shorts
boy,
are fucking fantastic.
The Boy, the Mole, the Fox, and the Horse.
It's on
Apple
Netflix.
TV Plus.
Apple TV Plus.
Yes.
TV episode.
I'll watch it for the sake of Steve Jobs.
So saith the Bitchmerns.
I will never remember the mole, the watch, the bear, the fish. Apparently, I've already forgotten.
Just go into Apple. Just type in "Why is Daddy crying?"
All right, let's do this. You fuckers and your Tar hate.
That's all film. I was assigned to film.
You were
Tar!
assigned to film.
Tar was assigned to me. Tar, 2022 film written
Lydia
by
Tar.
Todd Field, director of In the Bedroom and Little Children.
What number is this on your list?
Oh, I guess this would be number 3.
Right.
Do you not like Tar?
I love Tar.
I like Tar too.
I just saw it. It's not on my list today because I haven't saw it before.
You assigned it
so.
to me. You assigned it to me.
If it was on my list, it'd be higher than
a couple
3.
episodes ago. Kate Blanchett plays the, wait for it, titular, Lydia Tar. Nina Haas, Naomi Merlon, Sophie Cower, and Mark Strong round out the cast in this. 90% Rotten Tomatoes. You can finally rent this. Anderson dutifully sent me a copy of this to watch. I was having trouble downloading it. I'm like, I'm going to fucking buy this movie.
Brian's not a technical prodigy.
And turns out I woke up in the morning yesterday. And I don't know, it was still on. I think I might just watch. Search for Tar was still up, and I must just hit refresh, and all of a sudden, available to rent, $5.99. So I jumped in, rented Tar, I think on Amazon.
This is all a lot of backstory. I don't know if people need it.
Tar was okay.
I feel like people should just hear about the movie.
That's all I have to say. I had no thoughts.
2 hours, 38 minutes, okay.
I was anticipating a slower movie than it was. This is a classic character study. We get to know Lydia Tar very well. Mm-hmm. She is the I don't know, flawed hero. What would you call her? What?
I don't know if hero is really...
Well, hero being the main character. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
The subject we are following in this journey. She is a famous composer. We're led to believe that she is world famous on the cover of magazines that never heard of.
It opens up with her being interviewed by the
Symposium style.
The New Yorker, Symposium style. This is after it's already been suggested that she's not well respected by the people that work below her and around her, because we see phone footage of her
essentially being
FaceTimed, yeah, like you would to your old, parents or something to fuck with them, and they never really wrap that up. But it bugged me at first, but I don't think because we didn't really learn who they were typing to or exactly who it was. It was just suggesting, did that even happen? Was there some unreliable narrator happening here after talking about all that? I should also say this is Todd Field's third film. He started with In the Bedroom and then followed up with Little Children, which I absolutely loved. And this is his first movie in 16 years. And he was a disciple of Stanley Kubrick and worked with Stanley Kubrick. And apparently they had a friendship. And Stanley Kubrick is definitely present in this movie. Definitely present.
Yeah. It's funny, Stanley. Okay. And for those of you just tuning into the show for the first time, Anderson is a Kubrick file. He had a personalized license plate for Stanley. Okay. Well, you love Stanley Kubrick.
Yeah,
right?
I do. I wouldn't call myself a Kubrick file. He's my favorite director, and
you host a show about movies. Your favorite director.
He's all right.
And you named your dog Stanley.
That was after Stanley Cup, though. Stan Marsh.
Double entendre.
Stanley Kubrick.
It'd be that as it may. To my less educated mind, Kubrick was. At least with Tar.
Did you catch that? Less educated.
How dare you?
Yeah, I know. That's the first time that's ever been uttered.
It's true. No, yeah, I own it, man.
Here or anywhere,
I don't know as much about Kubrick as this.
I'll tell you what it's lacking.
Weirdo over here.
What it's lacking from a Kubrick from once you finish up.
Kubrick never, I'm really trying to think about it. Kubrick was never as interested in character as Todd Field seems to be with Lydia Tar. Like, no Kubrick character I could think of is dissected and investigated and featured the way that Lydia Tar is, the titular character of Tar.
Have you seen Barry Lyndon?
I've not. It's one of the few films I've not seen.
I don't know if you'd be saying that if you had said.
You know what? Then that's fair. If Barry Lyndon is the exception, then I'm off base on that one.
I don't like Barry Lyndon. Also, what's lacking here as far as Kubrick, I'm talking about as far as technical shooting. It's the best made movie I saw in 2022 so far.
It looks sharp.
I mean, it's the best as far as the compositions of the shots, the movement of the cameras.
Locations.
Babylon's a close second at times, but Tar, it's
those are very different movies.
It's surgical at times and a little bit cold, but I think that's very to cold. Mimic her
absolutely.
Her character.
The place she is a lesbian and she's married to her concertmaster, and they live together in a very ultra modern, almost artist loft style.
She lives out of a suitcase, though, Brad.
Yeah, but it's all exposed concrete. You know what I mean? Even the bed looks uninviting when they show it.
She's not human. She's robotic in many, many ways. However, she is human, and she has a lot of human flaws, which are explored. And there's a turning point after that oneer where she berates her student, and it's all very, very now. This movie is so
Are you talking about
relevant.
Early on the?
That's a great scene.
It's a great scene. I wrote down it was a great scene.
And it's a divider, too. Like, people either are on her side or totally against her in that.
Well, that's a hallmark of a great movie, or at least a well-written movie about character, which is there are times where you're on board with Lydia Tarr, and there are times where you're like, oh, she's a horrible person.
Exactly. I love that about this movie. And it's really an exploration of, what it means to exploit your power and...
or to wield it.
And a lot of people, I shouldn't say a lot of people, but a few people that I've talked to assumed that this, and I'm sure there's a lot of people out there, assume that this movie was written for a man, and then last minute they switched it to a woman because of the times we're in.
It's interesting. I think it's more interesting as a woman character.
Todd Field wrote it for Cate Blanchett.
Cate Blanchett.
And he said that he would not, no matter how much money he got, he would not make this movie without her. So
the movie lives and dies on her performance. You know what I mean?
So did it
live? She's magnificent. She'll be up for an Oscar. In fact, she might win the Oscar.
If I'm so strong on that and so adamant that she must, that I will not watch the Oscars this year if she's not up, because it's just a shame. If she's not up, I'm not watching. I'm telling you.
A little foreshadowing here. After I saw a certain movie, I went to see my favorite gambling websites. I was looking for the odds to see if they're out yet, and the Best Actress nomination odds are up on a certain website. And of course, they don't know who's going to get nominated, but the favorite to win at this point is Cate Blanchett from Tar. Not far behind, and probably a good value bet is. What's her name? From Everything Everywhere All at Once.
Oh, Michelle Yeoh?
Yes.
Michelle Yeoh.
2-1, which she was great.
Yeah, I haven't seen a performance like this since Elizabeth Moss and her Smell. Like, it was the best performance that I've seen.
Complex.
I think, and before that, like Daniel Day-Lewis, probably, like in There Will Be Blood. And now, did you have the same reaction that I did to, like, the first scene where we hear her really speak when she's in that interview and she's in the symposium and she's talking to the New Yorker? I'm like, because I had heard that she was great in this, right? And I'm watching that scene. I'm like, she's doing a character.
Well, okay. What was your reaction?
That was my reaction.
Oh, I thought, yes, but
I was disappointed.
Yes, but I got the sense that she was, like you said, so robotic. And I wrote down, she's equally obsessed with her craft, i.e. a conductor, but also with her image, that I thought, this is a person who doesn't know how to be a human being.
Yeah.
Doing what they think, acting how they think a human being should act on stage. And so, yes, in a sense, I did think she's playing character, but I thought it was in character, if that makes sense. Like, Lydia Tarr is less human than most people we know.
Less human, yes, yeah. Absolutely. And also, it was a different Cate Blanchett that I love her, right? But I'd never seen her doing this before. And also, she was put on airs for the sake of that symposium, like
it's
you
high
said.
Society, you know what I mean?
It's really interesting too. Like, you don't hear any music. There's no score in this movie unless she's composing it.
Oh, right, unless it's a diegetic sound.
And it's like, so there's a lot of music in this, but she's either doing it on an accordion at one point or she's composing. She learned to compose. She freshened up on German and didn't really speak German for this role. Like, it's just a total transformation. And like, there's so many scenes, and I talked about this when I first reviewed it, that just things to watch for, like the wide shots that allow you to just kind of sit in that space and see where all the things are that are happening, and kind of make up your own mind and be in there.
There's incredible depth of field in a lot of these shots.
And the camera just kind of lingers. And this is a movie that earns its 2 hours and 38 minutes, I think, because it lets you sit in those scenes and make up your own mind. And there are so many ambiguous things one way or the other. Like, do we respect her because she's striving for greatness, kind of like Whiplash? Or do we think she's a piece of trash because she doesn't know how to be a human being and she's wielding her power?
Well, she's also she's also the instrument of her own, no pun intended, the instrument of her own destruction. You know what I mean? Like, there's a great character unraveling in this movie.
There is.
And she's the cause of it. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean?
And
things don't happen to her. She brings
them all on herself, much like Bodies with those characters to an extent, which is interesting. It's from overthinking and overanalyzing and the OCD nature of things, which they get into a little bit with her. But the pathology I found to be really, really interesting, and the opening scene kind of lays out everything that she wants, and it's wrapped up in the end. I mean, they don't lead you to water, and I worked in sound and with music. I'm not, it sounds like a little pretentious, I know, but like, I don't know how many people will get what Todd Field and Kate were and then all the filmmakers they were striving for. I think it might be lost on some people. I get it because I was in that world for a minute, and I fucked up really bad with in-ear clicks that control the tempo and time. Right. And if you're paying attention really closely to that opening scene, you'll see it's almost a perfect ending.
Wait, are you talking about the one in the classroom or the one on the stage?
The one in the symposium where she's explaining the power of the conductor. There's a lot of that too, which also the menu might be talked about a little bit later too, about creators and their relationship with their collaborators and what that means and how you're supposed to do it. It's fascinating. It's especially in this world that it's all about creators and it's all about people lately getting their comeuppance for doing the wrong things and abusing their power. And this movie's a very, very here and now movie, but in a fairly subtle way, other than COVID kind of being in your face.
I mean, the classroom stuff is pretty on the nose, but it subtly kind of deals with a lot of things that are relevant.
Yeah. I was really taken with this movie, and it definitely is stuffy, and it's definitely like high art.
It's a hard recommend.
But it's so, if it didn't work in a lot of movies, especially like the French New Wave never really worked for me. Like it doesn't work for me. I'm sure it worked for a lot of people. I don't think they're faking it. This movie, for whatever reason, maybe I think because of those big wide shots and how you can kind of like watch all the characters, and we have such great actors working in this from top to bottom. It was fascinating. It was like fly on the wall, but with really, really locked down, precise camera movements. And Kate Blanchett is a mortal lock to be nominated for an Oscar. She'd probably win. But if she's not up, I'm telling you, I'm done.
I can't see a scenario
because she's that strong that if she's not up, it's just all a sham. A lot of years I'm sure that probably the top 3 actors and actresses didn't get looked at because they're in like comic book movies or space movies or B movies. Sure. There's great performances out there that just get completely never even looked at. There's no way
Deadpool, for example.
There's no way that somebody did something far superior to Kate this year. There's no way. Like, she was actually composing those fuckers, and I never once was like, I don't think she's doing it. I don't believe this. I believed it from beginning to end. Oh, it's very good. Oh, so what the main Kubrick thing that's lacking?
Please.
Humor. I mean, Stanley had a very dark sense of humor, and
the accordion scene was played
closest to it, but there's nothing funny. That cringed me.
Oh, really?
I didn't dig. It was too much.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't find it hilarious.
I didn't buy it.
Chuckle-worthy.
It was one of the few moments where I'm like, she wouldn't do that.
I grinned.
Yeah, Kubrick usually had some gallow humor and black humor throughout almost every single movie. There was something very, very funny. Todd, maybe your next one in 16 years could have some comedy in there. Closest thing I've seen to a Kubrick film since Eyes Wide Shut.
See you in 2038.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
Beep.
That was my movie. That was assigned.
Number 3 for me, best movie I've seen since the last fight so far, Glass Onion, Guillermo del Toro's Pinocchio, and I was assigned a film. The Menu.
The Menu.
The Menu, Brian. You want to help me out here?
I enjoyed The Menu. I don't have anything. I mean, I professed it a few weeks ago.
You want to help me out with The Menu, Brian?
Yeah, of course.
You want to tell me more about The Menu? Now, both of you seen The Menu. You've been yelling certain dessert items at me and tweeting them at me, texting them at
S'mores.
me. Yeah,
S'mores.
I feel like maybe the less you know about that, the better.
All I said was the word s'mores.
So this director,
Mark Mylod.
He has done a lot of television, namely Succession. So you got to give him be excited about that. The Affair, which I've heard great things about. I tried one episode and I was like, I don't need to watch people cheating on each other. But and then Shameless, Game of Thrones. This is a new endeavor
Quite
as
a
far
departure.
as a departure from those. There's not really, you can't really see his fingerprints as far as what those things are, which you wouldn't imagine you would anyways, because TV directors, they don't come in and put their stamp on things very often. I would like to talk about how this is similar to The Platform,
Okay. Yes, there's food involved.
similar to Glass Onion in a sense, where it's all the douchiest people of our
Real
society.
commentary on society.
However, they weren't going for specific characters in our society or...
Yeah, it was
They're
more.
archetypes instead of
Yeah.
specific people. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's, I think most people know what this is about. It's about a very highly elite restaurant that's on a desert, ran by
It's on an island.
a deserted island is what I meant to say. Yeah, sorry.
It's on a dessert.
There is dessert.
S'mores.
Chef Slowick, who played by Rafe Fiennes. Is that how you say it?
Rafe.
God, it's so upsetting.
And he is the head chef. Head chef. It says Ralph right there.
I know.
It's
But
spelled
I've been
Ralph.
told to call him Rafe.
It's spelled
Can
Ralph.
I just call him Ralph? I'm
Sure.
gonna call him Ralph.
And he says Rafe.
His name is Rafe.
Hong Xiao is also in this.
His name is
Hong Xiao, strong performance. Anna Taylor-Joy, once again, and Nicholas Hoult, who probably, for my money, had the best performance in this. I loved how he was
the me of the movie.
He was the you of the movie, yes.
Likable,
So
affable.
I'd say, like, I don't know, 12 people
Considerate.
Thank you.
come to
appreciate that a lot.
this deserted this desert island, this island to go to this very, very high hoity-toity.
It's a restaurant that can only
restaurant.
seat 12 people, right? And then you have to.
Brian
take
would
out-
never go there.
Oh fuck yes, I would.
No, you wouldn't. You go to places to be seen and to see other people.
What?
Yeah.
Oh, but
What are
then
you
he
talking
could hang
about?
out with
You
the
wouldn't be able to, like,
celebrities
send me
there.
pictures
to
and
the
say,
French
Nicolas
Laundry.
Cage just walked by me. No, that's what you go for.
I do that.
Yeah.
But no, I would.
You wanna go to a place
fuck
with
yes,
12
I would.
people.
Oh, absolutely. I
I'm
would.
joking. I fuck with you.
Okay, I would take selfies.
Yeah, he'd be sneaking the camera.
That's right. It's a restaurant that only seats 12 people, one seating per night. It's one of those, where they elaborately roll out the dishes one by one, and you can only access it by a water ferry, a water
And
tank.
it's $1,500 a plate.
Is it? I didn't hear the
Yeah,
price.
right.
that's what it is.
1,200.
Or 10
Oh,
bucks
they also
for
got
one.
the wine pairing.
Yeah.
So
French wine.
it's fun and it's clever where they do it course by course and they actually type out on the screen. You can see
Did
what
you
the
mention
course is.
Leguizamo?
Leguizamo is also in this. Sorry, I'm not doing a very good job at that. Yeah, Leguizamo plays an actor who might be heading towards the back nine of his career, and some like
His better days are behind
His
him.
reveals.
some financial like fucks, maybe like app starter, like young
Tech bros.
tech bros. Yeah.
Crypto guys.
And there's about equal
I guess
number
crypto bros would be more appropriate now at
Yeah.
this point.
diners as there are people in the kitchen. Essentially, it's like one for one, and
Well, I think there's more kitchen staff.
maybe more.
Well, anyway, it doesn't matter.
And it's fun. It's watching these things come out because anyone who appreciates finer things in life and art, and there's as douchey as it is, and as much as I hate the fact that there's foodies out here
Yes.
who do this, it's not that far different from enjoying painting or fine writing.
Opera, yeah. It's exceptionally pretentious as presented in the film. But did you, now as one who is not probably interested in this world at all, did you have the sort of twinge of, yeah, that would be an experience. I would like to experience
I would
that.
never be able to do
Well,
that.
minus the cost. Minus
Minus the cost. I mean, if I had a really good friend who was really, really good at this, or a listener to the show and said, "Hey, I can cook like this. I would love to do that for you." I would never really justify the price when it's so disposable, and there's people who could.
You're going to poop it out in 12 hours.
with the price of what I'm paying, like I could feed a village for a month. You know what?
That's a really good
I can never do that.
Have you done a multi-course dinner like this at a restaurant?
Not like this. I've
But-
done
but
like
I mean,
three
just-
course, like price fix. Yeah.
But nothing like
That's not this.
At Roy's. Oh, it was really good. At Roy's Hawaiian restaurant, it was very
Roy
good.
Choi.
Easy.
You got to go to see.
Settle down. We all need you to calm down. All right, so that was
You
that was
love
good.
Roy.
The pace of this movie is great, and I love the first two acts, and then it
Really?
fell apart for me again. Yeah.
Really?
There's a particular
I enjoyed the
scene
end.
with a knife fight, and that was kind of the turning point, and I never really recovered from that. I didn't buy it.
Well, I mean,
Beyond
it's heightened reality, of course. I don't know how I can buy it.
I didn't buy the motivations. I didn't buy the
I thought the ending
releases.
was kind of poetic. Not the not the dessert course, but Anya Taylor-Joy's interaction.
This is ripe for a spoilers episode.
Yeah, we got to do spoilers on this one and one other.
Because my biggest issue was actually, and once the reveal happens, we'll get into it. I had one thing that I thought they kind of set up and then just never even attempted to or paid off. Yeah. Where I went, what was the point of that?
I got a couple of missed opportunities. I really like this movie and I wanted to love this movie and I was loving it for much of it, but then it just kind of fell off. Like I was thinking like this is a film that could be up for Best Picture because it had so many things that it was touching upon and that were really, really interesting.
And the
like,
turn is so great.
Critics and non-doers, like the clever less, as Leslie Claret likes to call them, we're all just being punished, which I really, really liked. And it's all about creators once again, not really being appreciated or having a place, and it was all really, really interesting. But yeah, there was it ultimately it's a 3.5 star movie.
Yeah, I go 4 stars.
I go 4 as well. I think the less you know, the better too.
Yeah, if I didn't know, if I was
least you know,
if I was just going in thinking that this, but it's impossible with these goddamn trailers. If I went in just thinking it's a bunch of douchebags going to like for a foodie, and I didn't see horror was in the.
That was how I saw it.
That'd be great.
I was blown away.
That'd be fucking great. How do you do that though?
Atticus
can do that. My 6-year-old can do that 20 years from now when he's 26, and I'll be like, hey, there's a movie you never heard of.
I'm a psycho. I look away. I found out I'm not even the craziest. I saw somebody it literally brings in headphones into the theater and listens to an album or whatever while those are playing, so he can't even hear. I'll listen to trailers.
That's crazy.
But I won't look at the screen.
My mom would put her fingers in her ears and like
and go la 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 la. No,
like,
don't do that in the theater. You're an insane woman.
It was quiet enough that she could hear it.
I used to just go on my phone and like first of all, like now I can't because my new theater that I go to doesn't have any reception. It's SOS when I'm in there. But I used to just go on and play a game or something until I started getting yelled at. I'm like, it's the fucking trailers.
Even on no brightness.
With the brightness all the way down, people are like, I see your phone, sir.
Really?
So they really want you to watch it. And plus, for this show, I feel like I get crushed sometimes with the goddamn Rotten Tomatoes gambling because you're watching all the trailers and I didn't. So now I'm starting to watch.
It has nothing to do with the trailers. Very good at the
Cocaine Bear.
That's pretty sweet.
I'm so excited about Cocaine Bear. If they fuck that up, I'll be really upset.
Isn't it Elizabeth Banks directing it?
Mm-hmm. And she made the Charlie's Angels.
The good one.
Nope. All right, so we'll watch. I mean, we'll talk a little spoiler. We'll do a spoiler for the menu if you're cool with that.
Because there's almost nothing to say if you can't talk spoilers.
Well, you can talk all the way up till the turn. Yeah.
But after the turn is there's a lot after the turn.
Yeah. Let's all three talk about it in the spoiler. Yeah.
Yeah, that's great.
All right, cool. All right. Yeah, if you got the keys to the vault, you can hear the spoiler discussion.
Yes, we've alluded to a spoiler episode. What we do is on the main feed here, we do our best to avoid any spoilers for people who haven't seen the movie.
Because I've been yelling s'mores all the entire month.
Well, and tortillas.
I don't think that affected reviewing at all.
Tortillas might have been my favorite part.
Yeah, that was.
It absolutely did, Brian.
No, it did not.
I'm perpetuating the problem. I was guessing what s'mores meant throughout the entire movie.
What was his quote about s'mores? I wanted.
I couldn't have agreed more. I could not have agreed more.
Something about an assault on your senses.
It was like the most horrific assault on your senses ever unleashed.
And just dresses down every ingredient.
It's meant to be associated with childhood innocence.
Instead, it is a cheap cracker, low grade chocolate.
Oh wait, can you stream the menu?
I think the menu is rentable.
You can definitely stream Glass Onion. The menu.
It's a fun
Yes,
watch.
you can. It's on HBO.
Really? Already?
I remember I told Christy.
Yeah. Dude, I watched this yesterday because there was no other way to see it because it wasn't in a theater by me, and it came out on HBO yesterday.
Well,
that was helpful.
The menu. Sorry, guys.
Well done.
Yeah, I watched it on HBO Max yesterday.
Nice.
I got to tell you, I really enjoyed the first 2 acts. 2-star, 2-star, minus 1 star.
Good date movie.
1 star.
I think that'd be a good date movie.
Yeah. Fun.
A little night in.
Yeah.
A little horror, a little fun. Yeah, it's
a good deal.
Where do I go next?
HBO Max. Well, you go to your number 2?
Yeah, that's probably where I'll go. A movie I was pleasantly surprised by.
I know where you're going. I think I can hop right on with you.
No, you can't.
Is it a big movie?
No.
Oh.
Because you Flickfest this many months ago. Well, many weeks ago.
It's the way the show works. You're supposed to be relevant.
Oh, it's relevant. I had a lot of fun watching Barbarian.
Let's talk.
2022 film.
This is excellent.
Written and directed by Zach Kreger. He from The Whitest Kids You Know, starring Georgina Campbell and Bill Skarsgård.
Are we going to do 3 spoilers? Because maybe this one we do a spoiler as well, and you just talk about it right up until it gets to the PCH.
That's fair.
You think so?
Yes. 92% of Rotten Tomatoes. This is streaming on HBO. Hey, do a Menu and Barbarian back-to-back.
That'd be a hell of a.
That'd be a hell of a
Barbarian
night.
First. You want a palate cleanser after.
Yeah, you really kind of do.
Oh my God, that movie haunted me. We'll get there.
Barbarian?
Yes.
Okay. There are before I talk about it, I don't know how much we can say about this movie.
All right, up to PCH.
Okay, well then I guess the premise is we follow a young woman, Georgina Campbell, and it's pouring rain. She pulls up at night in her car SUV to an Airbnb, and she goes to look for the key in the little key box. Not there. No, what's happening? It's late at night. She's raining, like I said, pouring rain. She's on the porch.
Very relatable.
And the door opens, and wouldn't you know it, there's a renter already inside.
Yes.
And she's like, what
Not
the
just
hell?
any renter, it's Pennywise.
That's right. It's Pennywise the Clown, Bill Skarsgård. And they're like, what the hell? I rented this place. No, I rented this place.
Yeah.
Oh, these idiots must have double booked. Blah, blah, blah. And a very, it starts out very ominous because you're like, oh, what is this guy going to do to this poor woman?
Yeah, I mean, we can't even really go beyond that. We can talk about the themes, I guess. I
don't know if you can even really talk about the themes.
I mean, okay, Gio Johnny.
You can go a little more than there.
Well, I don't know where Brian's going next. I get worried. I get
Honestly, I think we
concerned.
should leave it there because part of the mystery is who is this guy, what he's doing there.
Yeah,
what
that's
does he
true.
want,
That
you
is
know?
true.
Oh, sorry, buddy. I will say this movie was genuinely frightening. There were certain scenes that were white knuckle gripping for me, and reminiscent, I would say, of certain scenes from the Blair Witch Project, where let's just say you're
Glad you brought that up.
following characters where maybe they shouldn't go.
Yeah, I thought this was probably the most the first half was the most disturbing thing I'd seen since probably Hereditary in terms of on a visceral level it affected me.
Really?
And
It really fucked me up.
Kept raising the bar too, because the initial mystery / suspense is then replaced with a far, far higher heightened level of mystery and suspense, and it's like I don't know where we're going, literally.
Now I'm also a psychopath. Where with horror movies, I like to smoke a little of the green, all the kind.
You like to get high?
Yes, that enhanced the terrifying effect tremendously.
Yeah, I can't imagine.
Oh, what
I
a
was
rush.
disappointed at a certain point. The plot relies on cops being morons, but I was already in at that point.
But I thought the way they did the cops being morons, it was more cops being douches and not giving a fuck.
I guess we're
rather
saying
than
the same
being
thing.
dumb.
I think that's kind of the
Unresponsive.
the narrative that is being peddled
Yeah.
quite a bit, and it's true. I mean, I see it with my own eyes sometimes. Not every cop, obviously, and I think there's still a lot of cops out there. But I mean, I just recently, some maniac in my outside a restaurant that Jillian and I were at in a decent neighborhood. We come out and like there's just a pile of broken license plate frames right next to our car.
Right.
I'm like, oh, and I see like a little Pokemon one. I'm like, that's sad. I'm like, I see ours. I'm like, oh, fuck. And I go, and there's a man walking. I think it might have been a woman, maybe transition. I don't know. And he's walking. And he's going, did you see a woman down there? I'm like, and he's like, was there a policeman? I'm like, I didn't see a cop. And then I see that somebody tried to rip off our license plate, and they had done it to all the cars in the street, and then piled up all the broken pieces that they got. Obviously, I'm an insane person.
Cool guy.
And then
Hobbyist.
we're getting in the car. I'm like, that sucks. I'm like putting the because now when you on the camera, the backup camera, all I can see is our license plate because it's like fishtailing. Right? I'm like, that sucks. What are you gonna do though? And then the cop comes up and he's all angry and he's talking with this guy that I saw earlier, asking if the cop was there. And the guy who was looking for the cop, I think he was the Pokemon guy.
Yeah,
with the Pokemon license plate.
You can't lose that.
He was very upset. And he was like, what are you going to do about it? And the cop's like, well, I don't know. What do you want me to do about it? He's like, she's right there. The one that was doing it is right there. And the cop's like, what do you want me to do about it? And then he goes, this happened to your car? He looks at me. I'm like, yeah. He's like, do you want to file a report? I'm like, I don't. Is it illegal to have my license plate like that? He's like, no, I can see it still. But I mean, that guy should. There's a person on the streets. They know exactly where she is. She's going to damage her personal property. And he's like, what do you want me to do about it?
I hate the person in authority going, you tell me what to do.
What I was hearing is like, it's a minor crime, and I don't want to do the paperwork right now or deal with this woman who probably smells not so great.
But that's why
they're going to pee in my car and then they're going to be on the street in an hour.
That's why I thought it was so great how they were just patronizing the woman. We don't have to give the context. So they basically think, she's crazy, she's homeless. Yeah. She's a crazy black chick who's in Detroit. She's probably homeless. So I'm not gonna. She's wasting our time. Yeah, don't touch the car.
Kind of like the whole Jeffrey. Let's just take some pictures and have some beers, some brewskis. Like they didn't. The cops didn't care. Jeffrey Dahmer.
Oh, sorry.
Want to take some pictures? Barbarian. Yeah. You know what? I realized when I was in Columbus at a Airbnb with my buddy Rand and Mike Carano.
Someone already there?
And I'm like, this house is very Barbarian. I'm like, you know what? 20 years from now, people are going to be Airbnb and saying like, this house feels like a Barbarian house.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because the one that we stayed at in Columbus had like an upstairs attic that didn't have lights.
Don't go there.
So we had to go up the stairs. And then you turn on the light and there's like this whole new room. I'm like, oh my God, this is Barbarian. Yeah.
Enjoyable.
All right. So that's your second favorite movie?
I guess number 2, yeah.
Wow.
Oh, they do such a good job just twisting the knife in Barbarian, especially that first half.
It's very well directed.
The tension gets to a painful point.
It's
where it's almost unbearable.
Yeah, and like I said, the premise, the opening is gets you
from minute one. Yeah,
you're like, oh boy, I don't know what's happening here, and then it goes to almost absurd levels. Well,
yes.
I wouldn't say almost absurd. I would just say absurd. It goes to absurd levels.
It's almost like the last third is almost like a different movie.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
And I wish it wasn't.
Wait, you didn't like it?
Did not like the third.
Yeah, you know what? I kind of feel the same way. That's the only thing that keeps it from being a 5-star movie for me. Is
5-star.
What ended up happening, being revealed, was kind of like, huh.
No, I like this. I like this movie a lot. I just wish that it kind of stayed true to itself and didn't have so much fun in the third act. And I felt like I was having fun. Honestly, I like Don't Breathe more, and I think that there's a lot of parallels there.
Don't breathe.
Weren't you thinking Don't Breathe a little bit with this one?
Yeah, of course.
I don't say of course.
Of course.
Say yes.
The first thing I thought. Mm-hmm. First thing.
All right, let's wrap this guy up.
I don't think this movie's ever going to leave me.
Let's take a quick break because Brian and I have one last movie to talk about.
I feel bad.
And 95 minutes of Amazon reads.
Yeah, this is gonna be the tar of Amazon reads.
Oh, speaking of tar, and I'm glad you brought up Blair Witch. Remember the scene? Don't talk to him. Remember the scenes where there was like screaming and she's reacting to screaming going on in Tar?
Yes.
You know what those screams were?
No, not 007. What? I thought you were gonna say it was like Alicia Keys.
No, Todd. No. Todd Field uses screams from Blair Witch.
Oh, really?
He actually lifted the screams from Blair Witch and planted them, which is kind of funny because it's such a stuffy, buttoned-up movie. You know what I mean? And for him to just lift from but those are the screams that he used was from that actress. So
I didn't
very
know
good
that.
screams.
All right, hey guys, we're gonna come at you with a. Well, you'll see. The Amazon purchases next. All right, so this is a little unusual for those of you who are maybe listening for the first time. Usually what we do is go over the Amazon purchases that people made by tapping our banner, some of the interesting and notable ones, and certainly the high-ticket items that people bought, as well as the movies that people are checking out via our link. But it has been a number of weeks. In fact, it has been about a month and a half since we actually did this because we've been recording out of time. We recorded off schedule. I was in the hospital for a short period of time.
Pussy.
I know,
Excuses.
traveling a lot. And point is, this will represent a good month and a half, probably since before Thanksgiving, before Black Friday, before Cyber Monday.
For all those of you who tune in just for the Amazon raid, you're in for a treat.
How dare you? What I'm getting at is, if you made a purchase on Black Friday, Cyber Monday, some other time during the holidays, this is what you've been waiting for. Things purchased on the Amazon banner include, oh my God, you may have to play the song 2 or 3 times. Someone got 12 Western Digital 18 terabyte surveillance internal hard drives. That total over $4,000. So thank you very, very much for choosing to do your shopping with us. Someone got a Synology 12-bay disc station. That was $3,000, not to be outdone. Denon 9.2 channel AV receiver. Generic 8,000 watt gas powered portable generator. I haven't read this much in a row since I did my fucking audiobook. 3 Synology.
Don't cry in the middle, please.
I would never. 3 Synology IP camera license packs, iRobot Roomba mop bundle, and an iRobot Roomba self-emptying robot vacuum. 10 Metagenics Philo Multi-Daily Multivitamin. 2. MetaQuest 2 Resident Evil 4 bundles. Arcade 1-Up, Mrs. Pac-Man Galaga Class of 81 arcade machine. Those are fun. 3. Kawaii. What?
Go ahead. Bless you. We didn't get to our New Year's resolutions.
It's only adding more time to this read.
Yeah.
3. Kawaii Air Mega True HEPA purifiers. 3. Amazon reloads were picked up by people who reloaded their Amazon accounts. Best Choice Products Wicker Egg Chair. 2. Grace Digital Mondo LE Internet Radio. Elite Internet Radios. Nintendo Switch OLED model. Dental Outdoor Portable Wood Stove. 50. Snowflex COVID-19 home test. Wow. Must run a business over there. Acer Aspire business laptops. 8. Porter Cable heat guns. Oh, gift cards. So many gift cards. 2. Amazon e-gift cards with the Amazon logo. 2. Amazon.com gift cards with a reindeer and ornament box. 4. Amazon gift cards, Christmas goodies. 11 Amazon gift cards, holiday snowflake design, and another 11 in a red and gold envelope. Also, PlayStation Store gift card, $50 on that. Lowe's gift card, Whole Foods gift cards, Amazon gift cards, house with Christmas lights. How nice. The Meter Plus. Oh, 3 of you. That was really hurtful. 3 of you got the Meter Plus smart meat thermometer. Very smart. I use that thing all the time. I love it. 3 Makita cordless impact driver kits. Stiga. Easy. Advantage competition ready ping pong table. Osprey. Excuse me, I had to swallow. Osprey Poco lightweight child carrier. 3 heavy duty tripods. Shark Vertex upright vacuum. 2 Western Digital 4 terabyte internal hard drives and a SanDisk 2 terabyte extreme portable SSD. 10 hand creams with shea butter. These people are supporting our show.
I know, but where are we?
I actually have no. We're almost halfway.
All right.
10 hand creams with shea butter. Xbox Series S holiday console. 2 Apple Watches SE edition. Holy Stone GPS drone. Brother monochrome laser printer. Someone got Apple AirPods. 2 General Finishes Enduro clear poly. Newborn baby stroller. Oh, look at this. Monitors. LG ultra-wide monitor, HP Full HD monitor, LG Ultra Gear gaming monitor, and an XP Pen drawing monitor. Canon selfie wireless photo printer, Bose SoundLink Revolve Bluetooth speaker. The UGG women's classic boots were picked up. Someone got themselves a Nemo equipment Stargaze recliner, newer LED video light mount. The DeWalt cordless hammer drill and driver. You know what? You gotta read a lot of movies, buddy. The Google Pixel 5 was picked up. New 2022 Ecobee smart thermostat. 10 up. 20,000 shipping address labels. Jetson hoverboard was gifted. Portable power station. Solar powered outdoor generator. All clad stainless steel non-stick roaster. Nice. Treat yourself. Fitbit Versa Fitness smartwatch, DeWalt 20-volt max battery, Samsung Galaxy Tab tablet, Oblique 2,000-piece jigsaw puzzle board, Amazon Eero 6 Plus mass Wi-Fi system, RCA mini refrigerator, 2 Epson DuraBrite Ultra Ink cartridges, G-Skill Aries desktop memory.
We going around again?
Oh yeah, we're gonna play it again. Play it again. I'm gonna hit the post this time too. Watch. Magnetiles 84-piece storage bin.
Do you think anyone's still listening?
No, well, someone who got something is listening for sure. Ho Ho Glow 7-foot Christmas tree. Makeup vanity table was purchased. Philips Hue Gradient light strip. Makita cordless blower, Beats Solo 3 wireless headphones, Blockaroo magnetic foam building blocks, a Nova culinary sous vide precision cooker, and also a Wusthof classic hollow edge chef's knife set, an Apple Pencil 2nd generation, newer once again parabolic Softbox. I don't know what that is. 13 Apple gift cards were purchased. Auto Wits Supercat Portable Jump Starter. Lego Architecture of the Eiffel Tower. Bose Frames Tempo Audio Sunglasses. Very fancy. Logitech Lightspeed Wireless Gaming Headset. Pokemon Scarlet and Pokemon Violet Double Pack for Nintendo Switch. Infinity Vengeance Cheer Shoe. I have to go 4 times. The Stanley Kubrick Archives. Anderson, was that you? Canon Value. Anderson's asleep. Canon Value Pack. 4 rolls of Collision Poly Wrap. Lark, LARQ, self-cleaning and insulated stainless steel water bottle. Xbox Elite. We're actually
You did this. This is all you.
I know, it's all me. Xbox
You're not allowed
Elite
to go to the
wireless.
hospital anymore.
I know, seriously, but kept my promises. Xbox Elite wireless controller, Crinner Genie L tree stand, Lithonia lighting bay light, Bissell spin wave floor mop, Massengo karaoke machine. Jesus. Utex. I'm really getting tired. Utex smart docking station. 2 of the comfy original wearable blanket. That's nice. Philips Sonicare protective clean toothbrush. Nurasan Passion Sunburst area rug. Hammer Mill printer paper.
He's gearing up.
And finally, someone got themselves a very fancy Vineyard Vines men's, although I suppose anyone could wear it, pullover. Fucking nailed that. 3 songs.
That's
Hey, you got a lot of movies.
nice start to the new year, Brian, with the nail in the post there.
That was good, right?
Here are the members that were clicked through. This is the last time I talked to you. 3 people, count them, 3 people got Ticket to Paradise. 2 people got Bodies. It would have been better if 3 people got the Bodies.
Yeah, that's right.
2 people got Pearl. An extraordinary origin story. Extraordinary. I get what they did there. That's the old Pearl. 2 people got Vengeance, which you and I will be watching soon. Clerks 2 was clicked through, as well as Carmen Jones for Love of the Game, Army of Darkness, To Kill a Mockingbird, Orphan, which I still got to see, In Bruges, Little Children, Walkabout, The Ghost, and Mr. Chicken, Secondhand Lions, Incendies. Fuck to the yes with the Incendies.
I just remembered I saw Banshees. That's a yes, man.
Oh!
Anyway, continue.
Banshees.
Got to watch that. You got to talk about that, man. Enter the Void was clicked through, as well as In the Bedroom. Look at that. Clerks, Black Snake Moan. Fuck to the S of the Black Snake Moan. Private Parts. Cool Hand Luke. Fuck this. High Noon. Best in Show. Under Siege. The Pelican Brief. Logan's Run. The Raid Redemption. Fuck to the yes. Frida was clicked through, as well as White Fang. 8 Crazy Nights. Gods and Monsters. Hey, just can't pick out your corking balls. Sorry, that was related to Adam Sandler. 8 Crazy Nights. Enduring Love was clicked through after we talked about it with that inciting incident signed to us by the old Courtney Courtney. 7 Brides for 7 Brothers. Deliverance was clicked through.
Oh, my.
Right on.
I just watched the John Boorman movie. What was it? I just watched another John Boorman movie.
Why don't I know
was
this?
What John Boorman? Oh, it was the
You're making a long read much
I
longer.
really am. Watchmen was clicked through, as well as Demolition Man, The Sisterhood of the Traveling Pants, Mad Max Beyond the Thunderdome. Get Smart was clicked through, as well as Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Selena, fuck to the yes with the Selena. National Lampoon's European Vacation. Pirates of the Caribbean on Stranger Tides. Pocahontas, Malcolm X. 1992, is there 2 Malcolm X's? Slither was clicked through. We got to see that. Great Expectations. Alvin and the Chipmunks. Planet of the Apes. 1968's version. Battle of the Planet of the Apes. Beneath the Planet of the Apes. Somebody's going Planet of the Apes nuts. They're going monkeys for the Planet of the Apes, even though they're apes. Conquest of the Planet of the Apes. Escape from the Planet of the Apes. They're going apes. That's what I meant.
God damn, how many are there?
They're going ape shit.
I had no idea that there was that many. Walk the Line was clicked through, as well as
Ape
Courage.
shit was really good.
Courage Under Fire. A fuck to the yes with the Courage Under Fire. I really, really enjoyed that. Courage Under Fire. Courage Under Fire, Brian. I Am Legend was clicked through, as well as Outbreak, Nitro Circus, the movie, Uptight, Wyatt Earp, Any Given Sunday, The Assassination of Jesse James by the coward Robert Ford. Wow, was that a long,
Title.
slow,
Do we need to see that?
filled.
That's a good movie.
One True Thing, as well as Silent Night, Deadly Night, Love Actually, The Ring, This Is 40, Lincoln, Honey, I Blew Up the Kids, George of the Jungle, Orange County, Narc, Gravity was clicked through, as well as The Amazing Spider-Man 2. I've not seen that.
You're not missing out.
Amistad was clicked through. I have not seen it. Gremlins was clicked through. I've seen that one. The Rover, The Raid 2, Fuck the Yes, Joe versus the Volcano, John Wick, In the Heart of the Sea, Killing Me Softly. Great opening scene. Great opening scene.
Same director as
Softly.
Jesse James, right?
Yep. Dominic.
Andrew Dominic.
The Saint, Honey, We Shrunk Ourselves. Oh no! Heavy Metal was clicked through, as well as The Spirit of Christmas, Office Christmas Party, Billy Jack, Close Encounters of the Third Kind, The Outlaws, Pirates of the Outlaws, Close Encounters of the Third Kind, Billy Jack, The Great Silence, Pirates of the Caribbean, Dead Men Tell No Tales, The Dark Crystal, Mandy, How the Grinch Stole Christmas, the Ultimate Edition, A Very Nutty Christmas, Stan and Ollie. I still have not seen that Stan and Ollie. What the fuck? That was like 2 years ago I had that on my list and I never got. Brightburn, Pet Cemetery. Oh, come on, Gage. You can't come back. Not like that. You can't, Gage. Come on. Green Room's clicked through. Fuck to the yes. Ender's Game.
Ender.
The Cabin in the Woods. Fuck to the yes. National Lampoon's Van Wilder. Groupers would click through. I gotta give you a fuck to the yes on that. The World's Fastest Indian. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
The worst part is I kind of know where he is.
Exhibit A. Creed. Jurassic Park. Or Jurassic World. Fallen Kingdom. Go to some place you've never been before. Oh, wait. No, we've been to Jurassic World, though, Nicole.
Repeatedly.
3 billboards outside Ebbing, Missouri. Breakdown. Dr. Seuss's The Grinch. Pirates of the Caribbean. Dead Man's Chest. Pirates of the Caribbean's Curse of Black Pearl. Pirates of the Caribbean's At World's End. Tolkien was clicked through. I should see that. Mimic was clicked through. I saw that and wish I had. The Brotherhood of the Wolf. The Italian Job. Top Gun Maverick. Django Unchained. The Roundup. Oh, I remember The Roundup? That was pretty. This is Guar. Fuck, I need to see this. This is Guar. God damn it. Minions. The Rise of Gru. Bullet Train. Missing. Smile. You got to pay for Bullet Train? Missing. Smile.
Think about the parking on the bike.
Clerks 3. 5 tar. 5 people got tar? 5 people got tar. Oh no, if you paid for it because I have my Raven. I said it's not for everybody. I told everyone that tar is not for everybody. All right?
You made people buy that.
Oh, shit. Hopefully most of you appreciate it as much as I do. Fuck, I love that movie. Emily the Criminal. Violent Night. You can already do that? Atticus really wants me to watch Violent Night. He's all about it. Decision to Leave.
Twist him.
Confess Fletch. You got to pay for Confess Fletch. Oh, jeez. 8-Bit Christmas. Barbarian was clicked through, as well as Triangle of Sadness. That opening scene is something legendary. I'm Totally Fine. Nope was clicked through, as well as Planes, Trains, and Automobiles. The Last of the Mohicans. Groundhog Day. UHF. The Man from U.N.C.L.E. Some great torture scenes in that one. Terminator 2. Judgment Day. Orgy of the Dead. Friday. We're getting close, kids. We're getting real close. Friday the 13th collection. Suspiria. I don't know which one because Brian didn't know which one.
Amazon didn't know.
1917 was clicked through, as well as Kiki's Delivery Service, Kubrick's 3-film collection. Why did you have a Kubrick collection on your list when it's a film?
Mine's called the Kubrick Archives or something. Kubrick. I'll look it up.
Well, it'd be weird if it was not a DVD collection.
No, I think it's a book.
The Thing was clicked through, as well as Vertigo, Double Indemnity, Everything Everywhere, All at Once.
The Stanley Kubrick Archives.
Oh, so it's probably a book. Fall was clicked through, as well as Dress to Kill. In the Mood for Love. Fuck the okay. 3,000 Years of Sony Picture Classics 30th Anniversary Collection. Orlando, the Cellular Closet, The City of Lost Children. Fuck this. Run on the Run. Fuck the yes. SLC Punk. Fuck the yes. Michael Haneke's trilogy. The 7th.
Do we need a little more juice?
Continent. A little bit. I mean, I'm almost done. Michael Haneke's trilogy. The 7th Continent. Never seen. Benny's video. Oh, Jesus Christ. Put that air gun away, Benny. I've seen you. And 71 Fragments of Chronology of Chance. I've not seen that. Haneke is a barrier to entry for most, including me. Coolie High was clicked through, as well as Terrifier 2 Collector's Edition. Collector's Edition on Terrifier 2 already?
Guess so.
Have you watched that Terrifier 2?
No, I've heard horrible things.
She eats mashed potatoes, but she doesn't have a face, bruh. It's very disturbing. Very gross. It's almost as gross as Damien Chazelle's Babylon, some might say.
I sat through that.
Mm-hmm. All right, thank you very much for all the click-throughs over the last few months, everybody. Appreciate very much.
Sorry for the delay. Sorry for the indulgence, but felt an obligation to people go out of their way to tap that banner, and we want to say thanks.
Wait, did I say the voices and not say fuck to the S for the voices? I just rolled right over the voices. Fuck to the S with the voices, guys. Best Ryan Reynolds movie ever made. I don't know why I said it like that. I mean, it was very high pitched. All right, guys. Hey, thank you very, very much. for clicking through. And what was I going to say? And I was trying to bring something back up, and you said you're making this even longer, and I wanted to get back to it. And
you were talking about Stanley Kubrick, and you were talking about Terrifier.
I wasn't talking about Kubrick.
Terrifier 2.
I don't do that. All right.
Mashed potatoes.
Let's just get right back to it.
No face.
I mean, he's making her eat the mashed potatoes. She didn't want them, and she's dead, and she doesn't have a face. But he shoves it in there. The movie Terrifier and Terrifier 2, really, really horrific things. But that's the thing that really bugged me the most.
You assigned me a film where a girl only has a face in Martyrs.
Yeah, I mean, she has a body. It's
She's
just
flayed.
It doesn't have skin.
She's flayed alive.
All right, I'm done with that that phase of my life. I don't need to see things like that ever again. Not that I needed to at the time.
You softened your stance.
I didn't need. I was wondering if there's anything worse than irreversible, and people kept telling me there were things and giving me suggestions. So I'm like, nope, nah, But I had to screen to make sure. You know what I mean?
Fair enough. Hey guys, thanks for continuing to support the show while we were the recording schedule was all over the place.
We still recorded though. We still did tons. Thank you very much to Florence who helped out, to Avery who helped out, a number of people helped out. Giovanni who helped out. Yeah, it was great. It was fun. It was a nice reprieve from the Bryan.
That's really hurtful
tones.
All right, back to the show. Oh boy, that was something.
It really was.
I don't know what, but Anderson, how many movies do you have left?
I'm done.
No, you're not.
Oh, like one. I have one.
Really?
Yeah.
What if it's the same one?
It's got to be the same one. I'll be shocked if it's not. It's my number 2, and it's probably your number 1, I guess. So
should have been the title of Avatar.
Yeah.
Subtitle.
It should have been.
How long were you? How excited were you to say it?
Before we move on,
I thought about it a lot.
I should have mentioned this on the last episode, and I was delinquent in my duty as a friend and as a coworker at times. I guess I don't know, worker because I guess she doesn't get paid, but she should because I mean she's very, very good.
Oh yes, I want to hear about this.
That's Florence. Florence, the show's very own Florence Brummer. She is.
That's not what I want to hear about.
What?
Keep going.
But yeah, she on the day after Christmas, she got admitted to the hospital.
Oh yeah, she had gallbladder surgery.
She had her gallbladder removed. So she and Bryan are now
bladderless,
gallbladderless, and they have a lot to talk about. But yeah, I've been every now and again she gives me an update. She seems to be doing better on the mend, but it's very funny. She was recounting us with her very upsetting. Time right after Christmas. She was very pissed. She came out of surgery and said, I don't even know if I should say that part, but she was telling us she was getting very mouthy in the which is funny because she's so sweet and so nice, but she came off the anesthesia, our own Florence, and was yelling at people saying, I just want to go home. I can the holidays make you so stressed out, and to have like something like that where you're like, so yeah, get better soon. Hopefully you are better, Florence. Just want to let you know that.
Hopefully she's recovering.
The show was thinking of you.
Yes, hopefully she'll be back on this show soon. And I'm going to help you out here, Anderson, because before the mics heated up, you said you wanted to talk about another person you were being a bad friend to.
You?
No, you're not going to talk about that. That just goes on. Miss Movies.
Oh, that was a long time ago that I talked to you about that, though.
Okay.
And she'll never hear this.
Okay. Well, I figured I'd get back. You said you want to talk about it on the air. Am I not right?
I know.
Okay.
No, I thought.
That's right.
No, there was something else that came up right after that. It was about the suckling. And I was like, no, we'll hold off on that. I wanted to berate you for
it's not how I remember it.
Well, I should just say, while we're okay, the Christmas episode, the annual family Christmas episode, early on in the show, like within the
maybe
first.
You said I don't want to talk about something.
I think I did say that. Within the first 2 minutes, evidently, now I shouldn't say evidently because I've heard it myself. I went back and listened, but I had said something that I can totally see would be construed as rude and mean. I don't even, when I'm talking to this goddamn microphone, sometimes I just failed attempts at humor and they come off as mean. And I was talking about Miss Movies used to be a part of that show, the Christmas show.
She kept us in order.
She'd come all the time. So she was top of mind. And I brought up the fact that I had heard from her just that day, which was true. And she was asking for my address. And then I went on to say that it's weird this time of year when people you haven't heard from in forever ask for your address. And I know what it's for. It's and there were a number of people. I think we all get that, right? Like,
sure.
Yeah, especially at this age. Like, I got Christmas cards with me and my family, and I want to send it to you. What's your latest address? I got a number of them, and then I brought up Miss Movies, said that it was weird that I got her a text from her, and she was asking for my address, and I said it made me feel weird and uncomfortable. I was just being a jerk. And then I went on to say that all they care about is getting their Christmas cards to you because they want to show you their family. And I was thinking of everyone that sent me their text, and I was just being a dick. And I had her Christmas card on my mantle and displayed throughout the Christmas holiday, and as well as my other friends. And she looks great, and her kids look great, and it was nice. I was being a dick, and I was also in a fucking weird place where hurt people. And I was crying right before that show started. I took a break and went outside and cried about my dog who had just died the day before, and I cried all the way the fuck home. And I was not probably in a place where I should have been doing a show. That's
a very convenient excuse.
It's a very true excuse.
Wow.
And I probably would have said that about Miss Movies anyways, but who knows? Maybe I wouldn't have. It wasn't about Miss Movies. It was about everyone that was asking for my address to send me. I like getting Christmas cards.
Miss Movies.
It just makes me feel guilty that I don't do one myself.
You should.
I didn't get one from you this year.
Really?
Yeah.
That's not true.
I didn't get one.
Oh, I find that hard to believe.
Chrissy
asked me for your address. You really didn't get one?
I really didn't get one, no.
Okay.
Because everyone that I got, I had it up in my house, and I did not have you guys.
Yeah, but maybe there's an oversight.
Maybe Jillian opened it and threw it straight to the recycler.
That's possible. That'd be really rude. I remember.
And then maybe I saw it in the recycler and I moved to the trash to make sure it didn't live over. Maybe that happened, but I don't think that didn't happen.
Just to make sure it was given to no one ever again. Yeah. Not even repurposed.
It feels like you remember that really clearly. Act of aggression.
All right, let's talk about The Whale.
Oh, I wasn't going to talk about The Whale.
There you were. Come on.
Ticket to Paradise was seen by me. I saw a film about a large man.
Yeah, he's big. You're going to laugh about this, Brian, when that's not the point of the movie at all. It's not a comedy. This is not Shallow Hal.
That tickled me quite a bit. Like, yeah, he's big. The Whale, it's a 2022 film. Excuse me. I'm still recovering from an Amazon read. Directed by Darren Aronofsky, starring Brendan Fraser as...
Oh, Christ. He's not, though, right? No one calls him the Whale in the movie.
He's alluded to.
It's a double entendre.
Sadie Sirk, Hong Chen, Tai Simpkin.
Hong Chen again. She was one of the best parts in the menu.
Oh, Hong Chow. I'm sorry, Hong Chow. I said Chen. I don't know why I misread
just mimicked you. I parodied you.
Tai Simpkins and Samantha Morton are in this film. I was shocked to find out after the fact, or no, before because we gambled on this, that it was sitting at 65% Rotten Tomatoes. It's in theaters now. I should point out it's based on Samuel D. Hunter's play, which is funny because throughout the film I was like, this could be a play. In fact, maybe this was a play. Yeah. And turns out it was. And honestly, finally, a good example of a filmed play. You and I have been, maybe me more than you, have bemoaned
Hidden Fences.
Movies that are just
I did it again. It's not called Hidden Fences.
Fences, Ma Rainey's Black Bottom. These are just the one where they're in the hotel room with Muhammad Ali.
Yeah, I like that one.
Something in Havana? Or no.
It was Miami.
3 Nights in Miami?
Yeah.
One Night in Miami.
One Night in Miami.
It was good. Yeah, it was a good movie. This one. Okay, go ahead. Continue. This is my number 2.
I was surprised.
The only thing that I liked more than The Whale was Babylon.
I was surprised at the low Rotten Tomatoes score. I found this movie to be engrossing and artfully written. Now, obviously, it's a play, so the writing is going to be the strong suit. But performances were tremendous. I would not be. It wouldn't be out of the question. I think it's unlikely, but it wouldn't be out of the question for both of the main female actresses in this film to be up for Best Supporting Actress.
You're talking about Morton or the daughter?
The daughter and the nurse. Fred.
The nurse is great. Yeah,
they're both great.
The daughter, I didn't buy.
You didn't get to buy on board the daughter?
No, there were elements in this movie that were unmistakably like lifted from the play and felt very melodramatic. And it's as though Aronofsky...
I disagree.
Aronofsky was so enamored with the play that he kept... Some of the blocking was just so staged. And this is my one grievance with the... Is it? Why?
No, I'm saying though, if your quibble is with the blocking.
The blocking just seemed so forced. So it all takes place. It's about a morbidly obese man. He's like in the high 600s, maybe low 700s, right? Who lives in an apartment on the 2nd story, which is a mistake. I feel like he should be moved to the bottom.
Yeah, that's a short sight.
And it's the whole movie lives and dies on Fraser. On Fraser's performance. And if you don't care for his performance, or you don't care for him as a character, and you don't care about him, as a human being with his facial expressions that are so goddamn
like puppy behind the glass.
But it works.
It does. I don't see how there's a way any objective, normal movie lover sees this and is not moved.
Anyone with empathy.
It is not moved by Brendan Fraser's performance. It is one for the ages.
It is one for the ages. I absolutely love that, and I loved so much of this movie, and it moved me to tears. I'm surprised you liked this. I didn't think you would.
Oh no, I definitely did. I don't know if I was supposed to get emotional at any point during this movie up until the end, but the end really got me.
It got me, and I want to do a spoiler with you for sure because there is some comedy there. There's definitely some comedy to be had.
What was longer, the Amazon read or the ovation for this movie?
Oh, so the ovation was a little touch longer. I think it was like 17, 18 minutes. And I get it because like it was a Brendan Fraser we'd never seen before. We didn't know that he was sitting on that type of performance, that he'd be able to get to that level. That he'll be up for Best Actor. I don't know if he'll win, but he has to be.
It would be shocking if he didn't win.
My dad said he was disappointed that Brendan Fraser was in prosthetics. And didn't
put the weight on.
I said, Dad, he would have died.
Yeah, he would.
But he put on. Fraser is where do we just see him?
He's a larger man.
He's a very large man.
And
the 600
stupid movie I didn't like with the gangster movie that was on Amazon or something, directed by Soderbergh, with the camera with the lens.
With the lens, most of them have lenses.
Bro. Yeah, but it was distinct, fisheye lens.
No sudden move.
Thank you.
Okay, so there's no mistaking that this movie was based on a play from the way that it was shot,
Sure.
I think. And I disagree with you. I think that actually Fences might be a little bit more cinematic than The Whale at times.
Really?
With the staginess of it all. And the one location I can sign off on, but I think part of it was because it's Aronofsky. And who can manipulate your senses with cinema better than Aronofsky? I don't know if there's many out there that are working right now. And this needed like an Aronofsky treatment. And he uses... There's some elements that he's using with the camera setups and whatnot, but there's so many just shots where you see the actors moving around on the screen, and the daughter really came off as melodramatic and one note for the first large section. Maybe you're reacting more because you have a daughter yourself.
You know, that's very fair. I was talking to my mom last night, and I told her I'd seen The Whale. I said, what do you think? I'm like, honestly, it probably got me a little more than most people because there is a theme of not being there for your daughter, not just not being there as an absentee, but in the future, you know what I mean? Not being there to support your family.
Yeah.
Going forward.
Yeah. Not so. Yeah.
Because you might imagine the man who's 600 pounds is in poor health.
Yeah. He's not in the greatest health. He's got some issues going on with his chest and whatnot. You can also think of it as a gluttony prequel, like from
7?
7. Yeah.
This is the character he tortured.
Yeah. That makes it even more sad. Yeah. In 7 when he's, also, it was.
I thought of Sloth.
So there's a lot of cleverness with the Moby Dick, and you can see how this would be a great play. It's a really, really good movie with a great couple performances, right? Especially from him, obviously.
I think they're all great. Even the missionary.
I really like seeing Samantha Morton too. As such, like I've never seen her like that before. Right. She's usually so soft and sweet. And she's just bitter and biting. Yeah. But.
We haven't talked about the movie's about.
I mean, it's very, very high concept, right?
Yeah, straightforward. So Brendan Fraser, we come to find out, we learn immediately he's a very large man who lives alone in a sad old apartment. And so actually, I want to talk about that for a second. Because I think I saw them in back-to-back days, Babylon and this.
They couldn't be more different.
They couldn't. But the opening scenes, I was really kind of obsessed with. I was comparing and contrasting the opening scenes, which is they're both the sort of in-your-face, shocking depictions of debauchery. But whereas I thought that's all it was for Babylon, I was like, all right, I got it. I know we're looking at excess, and I get it. This was really artfully crafted because there are several elements in that opening scene that come back full circle by the end in kind of artful ways. I don't want to give any spoilers away. Maybe we'll talk about it, but there's a lot of foreshadowing, and there was a lot.
Yeah, you have to lead me to that water because I'm not, other than a sexual.
There's an essay that plays very prominently in that opening scene and later in the movie.
Okay.
We meet a character who unexpectedly arrives at the apartment, who plays a large role in the film, and of course his rapidly failing health
and his sexuality.
Yeah, these are all.
Which I don't know if I needed that. It was a tall ask, I think.
I think it was important
to lead off with a vigorous beat-off scene from a morbidly obese man from behind.
I was alluding to it.
With why it's not giving anything away. That's how the movie opens, and like it recovers from that. But I mean, you're thinking like, oh, Christ, where are we going, Aronofsky? Because he's the guy that gave us, some Requiem for a Dream.
Sorry,
for
when you said I didn't know if it needed that. I thought you were talking about the gay love interest angle.
No. That's just good exposition without saying, well, I'm gay. No. It was nice. I don't know if I needed to find out he was gay with vigorous beating off from behind.
Why not?
You know what I mean? Because it's not that kind of movie, and it doesn't really.
His hand was wedged under his penis.
Yeah, did he finish right as Church Boy walks in?
It seemed like he had just finished.
And
was having difficulty recovering.
And I think that he started up
his
here.
The refractory period was painful,
and then he had to bring us back down, and I think he successfully did that. For him to start up at such a kind of a grotesque. I mean, I'm not being mean. I'm just being honest. Like seeing a man that obese with his hands in his sweaty sweats, with a lot of back sweat. That's what we see. We just see vigorousness, right? And I'm like, this is the guy that they're going to make me fall in love with.
This is where YouTube really shines.
Yeah, I feel bad that people are listening for the first time.
No, but you know what I'm saying, right?
Yeah.
Like
it throws down a gauntlet.
It does. It's an aggressive choice.
Yes.
And there's many ways to have avoided it. You could have said many things without showing that. But he's a puppy dog within 10 minutes. I think I'm like eating out of his hand. Like I love this guy. I love his voice. So he's an online professor. He teaches kids writing, and he's just after honesty and. All while preaching honesty and how they need to be honest writers and they need to like tell the truth and speak their truth and to speak to like who they are and their own human experiences. He does not put on his camera on his computer. He doesn't let them see him in the center square for their
it's blacked out
because he says his camera is broken, and his voice is just so soothing and nice. I'd love to have a professor like that. And he's being very dishonest in the whole thing. So there's a lot of that kind of writing. This feels like a very tight play. I mean, I could see how it would have been a successful play.
I would be surprised if this wasn't up for best adapted screenplay.
Yeah, I don't think it's gonna be up for best picture. It
might
could
not
have
be.
been if it got a little more of the cinematic treatment. And I think that he was so enamored with the play. That's kind of what I'm reading into this, that he kind of kept it honest to the play and didn't give a fuck. Like he's like, you know what? I love this play so much. I want to give it the play treatment where he should have maybe given it, his own.
It's interesting. Yeah, I mean, especially someone who's as visceral a director as Darren Aronofsky.
Right? And he was definitely very reserved.
This is like The Wrestler if it was all set in one place.
Yeah.
Like his apartment.
I love The Wrestler.
I love it too.
And I love this one, and there's a lot of parallels, but they're very different movies in my head. And it really comes down to him, and it's about a man killing himself over 15 years by eating.
Yeah, he's bent on his own destruction.
And it's tragic and it's sad, but there's enough humanity and heart in there that I absolutely love this movie, and it moved me. And I just like the daughter. Maybe I'm nitpicking, but
I think you are a little bit. I thought she was great. And one
she's
little
just such a bitch. And I don't,
yeah, but I don't know. That's the character, and that's how she manifested her pain. That said, one little fun detail I noticed, I don't know if you picked up on this, the daughter had a very distinct manner of speaking, and you know what I mean? She was very staccato with the way she talked. Like she punctuated a lot of her sentences.
Yeah, it kind of bugged.
But it was funny because when her mom, Samantha Morton, shows up, she talks the same way. Mm-hmm. It was just kind of a fun detail. I thought that was well done.
Yeah. Did you do the research and see if like the daughter was from the play?
Oh, I did not actually. I did not recognize her.
No, have you seen the play?
No, I didn't recognize her from any of their films.
I like this movie quite a bit. It's not for everybody.
I liked it a lot too. I agree with you. I don't know if I'm not going to be able to convince my in-laws to enjoy this.
A lot of people will though, and a lot of people should enjoy a movie like this. And it gives you a glimpse into this type of tortured soul and tortured life. And Hong Chow really was the thing that kept us honest. I think right with her, she plays his no nonsense nurse. slash friend / almost relative.
Well,
family.
Let's allow that. We don't find that out until the end, Anderson.
Huh? Sorry. Should we mark that?
I don't think it's that important.
No, it's not. It's really not.
It's just a minor reveal.
What else? What else about the whale?
There's a lot of eating, grotesque eating.
Yeah, there are scenes where
he self-flagellates by eating.
And for those of you who saw Requiem for a Dream, I mean, there are cinematic scenes that involve eating rather than drug use in this, but they're very similar. Might as well. Yeah, this is about
Anderson, food
addiction.
is his drug.
It's about addiction. It's about a lot of things.
Get that pull quote.
It's about a lot of things.
To the poster.
But I got a lot of things not a lot of things, but I want to talk to you about.
The whale. I have one specific question I want to ask you for a spoiler edition, if that's cool with you.
Yeah, I'm not sure everything we saw on the screen was actually happening.
Okay, well, let's talk about that.
Yeah.
Hey, you guys, thank you. That's it. Rono, we have gambling. What am I talking about?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, for those of you who are new to the show this week, we gamble on the upcoming release. We obviously don't know. Well, Avery will explain.
So we are going to gamble on Rotten Tomatoes.
Roddy.
So last week we gambled
such bullshit.
on the aforementioned
Great.
with the whale.
No, we gambled on whatever the fuck else it was. God damn it. I won, and then we changed the movie.
Oh, I don't know.
Oh, stop it. We weren't going to gamble on that. And you're like, let's just for fun. I don't know if you said it like that.
I didn't say it like that.
We gambled on the whale.
Great.
Anderson guessed 67. Bryan guessed 79. The actual Rotten Tomato score with 246 reviews is 65%.
Who won?
Making Andy the winner.
All right, Bryan, good news, bad news. All right, Bardo. Good news, it's on Netflix. Bad news, it's another behemoth of a film.
Oh, fantastic.
Also, John Campbell has assigned us A Good Woman is Hard to Find, which is streaming on AMC Subs, or you can rent it for as cheap as $1.99 in HD.
This is not what makes
TV,
A Good Woman hard to find?
Or Canopy. A Good Woman is Hard to Find. This is different from the What is a Woman? Rex Fisher assigned movie from a few weeks ago. He never got back to me. Love you, Rex. We owe you that movie. We owe you any movie you like within reason. What is a Woman? Can be watched by us. It's the politically charged documentary about transgenderism. That's a Daily Wire film. We will weigh in honestly about that movie. However, the only way to see it is to have a membership to Daily Wire, which I will not do. And
I'm philosophically opposed.
You said you're going to figure out a way for us to see it, and I sent you a couple of emails. I've not heard from you, or at least one. So we will talk, Rex, very soon.
A Good Woman is hard to find. 2020 film, I assume.
Yep.
This is a $2 rental, $1.99 on Amazon.
Right. Or $1.99 on Apple TV. So also we have some fun topic driven listener driven topics coming up.
Oh my God.
Brian McCauley's got crotchety old men, which we're going to be doing top 5 crotchety
old
old men,
Man Called Otto,
which will never be seen by me.
I'm assigning that to you.
Actor-director team-ups with some caveats there from Tyler Mayer for his top 5 topic, which we'll be doing within the next few weeks. And yeah, all right. Also, I spent some good amount of time catching up with all the Patreon levels and sending out messages to you asking, what your topic is or what your movie is and how you're doing and Happy New Year and all that. If you are owed a movie or a topic and you did not hear from me, you slipped through the cracks somehow, please do send me an email or a message via Patreon. I'm on top of all that. But we have a number of movies we'll be paying off here in the next few weeks. We're still stacked up, and that's why I'm going to ask you, Bryan. We can continue to gamble. We can continue to keep track. I would like to put maybe a month-long moratorium on you and I assigning movies so we can get to the listeners so we can stop being so stacked up.
But we're in the golden part of the year.
What I was going to say is it's actually
January into February?
It's a good time to stop gambling if there's nothing really notable coming out.
There's Megan.
I mean, we should still gamble, just without consequence, maybe. So that we can talk, because I would like to start watching maybe a couple listener movies a week, maybe do a 4th movie for Flickfessions so that we can get caught up, because we're still stacked here and it's stressing me out. I want to see these movies.
All right.
We got Baby Teeth to watch.
Let's do it.
From Nick Eats Cake. Yeah. Oh, we have a 3.5 movie, The Rise and Fall of the ECW from David Gouley.
The wrestling ECW?
Yeah. Got After Midnight from Josh Butler.
After midnight.
It's from the same guy from Tex Montana. Same
Oh.
director. Totally different movie though.
Enjoy it.
Tokyo Godfathers from John Oxhorn. James Kozlowski. I know, James. I know. Stayed at your house, for God's sakes. The Vanishing.
Wow.
I mean, he is an Airbnb.
Is that a
in
level?
Chicago.
Is that a,
Airbnb
is that
in Chicago.
level of Patreon?
I was so drunk, I fell down in his Airbnb. It was one of the most
no.
embarrassing moments of my life. He's like, "Here's my Airbnb. Thank you so much for coming out of Chicago, showing your movie." And I fell down. Yeah. I tripped over something. Vengeance from Tam Smith. She switched off from Father Stu. Thank God. Tam Smith is having us watch Vengeance now. Eric Robbins. He's having us watch Dr. Horrible Sing Along.
Oh, with Neil Patrick Harris.
Yeah, it's like 45 minutes. We can bang that out. Maybe we bang that out next week, huh?
Whatever.
Eric Robbins. All right. Dr. Horrible Sing Along.
What are you assigning me? Oh,
and then Happy as Lazaro from
Bardo?
from Thomas. Well, I only have your email, Thomas. I guess
it's longer than Tar.
Kusterman.
I've seen Bardo. This is really good. It's really good.
Bardo. Or White Noise. How about that?
Okay.
No, I need your help on Bardo. Bardo.
We gambling?
How long is Bardo?
3 hours and fucking 38 minutes.
Isn't it 3 hours and something?
No, not quite that long.
Whatever's longer, Bardo or White Noise. That's what you're gonna watch.
Jesus Christ.
Bardo, for those you might not be in the know, it's Alejandro G. Inarritu. You're ruining my movie. It's the latest. It's 2 hours, 39 minutes. It's on Netflix if you'd like to watch along. Mixed reviews. Bardo, Alejandro Inarritu's latest.
I would not.
It's this follow-up to The Revenant. You would not what?
Bardo, just slightly longer than White Noise.
All right, so Bardo it is.
We gambling?
Yeah, let's gamble.
This week we are gambling on, speaking of catching up on Oscar films, Megan.
Is this the one with the killer doll?
Yes, it is.
We should suspend gambling.
Let's do it for a month, huh?
To suspend gambling?
Yeah, because I mean, I've seen Megan. I've seen it's the robot doll, right?
Yeah.
Like they for whatever reason, like it's showing during things that Atticus is watching.
There's a doll. There's a toy in it.
That kills things. Kills kids, I think. All right, I got a number for Megan.
Oh, we're guessing on Megan? Or?
I mean, what else? Actually, there's some big ones coming out, I think.
Are there?
There's some prestigious ones.
Oscar film.
Are there? I didn't see.
There's a few Oscar ones that are actually like being. Here, I got a list.
Which ones? Because
Anderson's got a list of movies I looked at.
That would be helpful.
That are on my list. I still have about a half a dozen to 10 movies that I need to catch
all
up.
I see is just limited. I see The Old Way, Last Resort, Landlocked,
maybe
Imani,
it's next week.
Candyland. Yeah, I don't see shit. A Man Called Otto, if you want to get on
Otto. That. Come on, buddy.
All right, let's do Otto.
Do you want to do A Man Called Otto?
Parallel to what? I'm Tom Hanks being a jerk.
I'm a curmudgeon.
You never seen nothing like this.
What is the score of Megan?
No score.
Okay.
I think Saint.
Because they were afraid that if they released it, it was so good that there
People
goes a stampede
flood
at the
the
AMC.
Saint Omer.
They didn't think they had the capacity.
All right.
Oh, when's it come out? When do you come out?
What?
Oh, not till January 23rd.
Otto?
Saint Omer. All right. All right, let's do this. Are you ready to do this?
What do you got?
On three?
No, you tell me first.
1, 2.
Wait. I don't have a number.
Come on, buddy. There's not even consequences, all right?
Oh, we're not going to sign up off this?
We won't sign. You know what? We can start now. You don't have to watch. How about that? You don't have to watch Bardo for the next 6 weeks. We're going to take off. We'll still gamble. We'll still keep it. Mike Cole can keep track of who's all-time winning and losing, but no assigning each other movies.
Okay.
How about at the end? We still gamble. We keep track, and then something big happens at the end.
No, you know what? Eric Holmes
that?
came up with this great idea. We keep track. Whoever wins that month gets to pick the watch-along.
Oh.
Pretty good. Starting now,
Not
right?
Not bad.
If we tie, which we're going to, because a lot of times there's only 4 weeks, right? If we tie, the listeners get to choose. How about that?
Not bad.
The Patreon listeners. All listeners. How about that?
Okay, I like that. Just to fill in our new listeners, we do a once-a-month watch-along with a movie that's usually fairly accessible, either on streaming or to rent. And we do it live, and you can participate if you're a Patreon subscriber at the $10 level.
So we're going to catch up on these movies for the listeners who have paid us to watch these movies, and we're falling a little bit behind. All right? Some of them have been due since May. All right. Well, that's Thomas's fault. He didn't get back to me. All right.
Fuck you, Thomas.
Hey. A
Here's
lot
what
of people
Anderson told me to say.
a lot of people also paid for the full year, so
in the show notes.
they're owed 2
I know.
movies or 2 topics right off the bat, and then all right. Let's go. Let's do this. All right. Are we still? Come on. We got spoilers to do. Let's
This
go.
looks really good.
It really does. It looks like new ground. Like I've never seen anything like this.
I'll bet he starts off curmudgeonly, but ends up lovable.
No way, dude.
No way.
They can't do that.
I
That's
think
never
This
been
is
done.
the space for bold predictions.
I think he gets more curmudgeonly. I think he kills the family next door.
That would be a great twist. He starts off a prick and he just becomes an absolute monster.
That's right.
Turns into a horror. He just kills them all.
That's not bad.
All right, I got one. On 3.
Sure.
1, 2, 52.
51. Oh, look at us.
What? I wish I had 51 or 50. Son of a bitch.
All right. Anderson gets 52. Brian gets 51.
Parallel to what?
With 59 reviews, the current Rotten Tomatoes score for A Man Called Otto is 64%,
Everything before you was black and white.
making Anderson the front runner.
You know, I think there's a lot of crossover with you and Otto.
It doesn't matter as a hybrid. I don't care about the environment. I'm a curmudgeon. My wife's dead. Fuck you, cat. Get out of my bed.
All right.
I'm sorry.
Thank you, Jim Rutherford, for the listener art.
I gotta see this.
I kind of want to see it now.
I don't remember this reference. What happened?
This was Logan was talking about the date he had where they drove down to the LA River.
I do. I remember that. What did I say?
I don't know.
That's pretty.
It was just it was topical, so I figured we'd use it.
That name again is River Plow.
Pretty good. I like the artwork of the film vault of being graffiti on the.
That's not bad.
Speaking of which, if you got some listener art, go ahead and send that to
Swing it our way.
contacttfv@gmail.com. Always looking for more.
Excellent. Check that out over at AndersonandBryan.com or any of our social media accounts. Thanks to you guys. Thanks, Jim Rutherford. Excellent as always. Thanks to the MTET for being our featured artist this week. And check them out at AndersonandBryan.com.
Crunchy Grooves.
Oh, yeah.
Crunchy grooves.
And we got some spoiler.
Walk your bike Wednesday.
We got some spoiler episodes landing probably in your feed as we speak.
Yep. The Whale.
Patreon.com/The Film Vault to access all of that.
The Whale and the Menu.
It's just $5.
Right. What else? Was there another one?
Tar?
Barbarian.
Barbarian. Oh,
Okay.
shit. We got 3. We got to go. Let's do this.
Brutal. All right, thanks to all of our Patreon listeners, Giovanni especially, Jordan Wolf, Mitch Burns, and Mike Cole.
Come
We
on board,
appreciate-
Patreon members. Ryan needs it worse than ever before.
Oh my God, it's $5 a month. It's nothing.
You get a ton of extra. You get all the archive that we have up
It's
there.
way
If you
too
want
much.
more Film Vault, you get way more Film Vault monthly. Right?
AndersonandBryan.com is a website.
I think the spoilers are actually the most valuable.
I would say.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If it
Once
was
you
me
see the movie.
subscribing, for sure.
And also, they're movies that are worth spoiling and worth watching, right? Like, we don't ever spoil a movie that just is absolute shit.
Rarely.
And then you can go back, you can watch the movie, catch up with it, and then go back and listen to our stupid thoughts about the end.
The Instagram account is Anderson and Bryan. Twitter and Facebook, both The Film Vault. Thanks for listening, you guys. We appreciate you. And until next time.
Florence, get better. Hope to have you back on the show soon. And how we do it for Van Gogh.